Raid Ster 2 Ster. Go check out this streamer. He's young and upcoming. He's really good at reading patch notes. Is it doing it? Is it doing it, by the way? It's like waiting at a red light. Right now! Hey, welcome to Ster 2 Ster. Like nothing changed. Except my diaper. Beep, 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 beep. Let me open these patch notes. Let me open up these patch notes. Hold on, let me get these patch notes. Flame, 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 keepers of the flame. Add an AI chatbot to the Firefox sidebar to quickly summarize pages. Why are they all trying to do this to us? Here's my thought. You know how everyone's like, dude, UFOs, Area 51, they're keeping the alien technology from us. If they were really doing that, AI is some shit they should have kept there. We don't deserve it. Can't be trusted. Raider from Ster. Oh, hey, well, thanks, Ster, for the right. Want to give shout out to Ster. If you guys don't know this guy, follow twitch.tv/Ster. Summarize the page. I'm curious what it does. Choose and it there's multiple lay chat. You guys fucking suck. To turn off Copilot from Windows 11. Everyone just stop. Just leave me alone. New X skill conflagration. Fire the arrows. They showed that. Thunderstorm fires an arrow in the air to land at the target location. Use thunderstorm, which blinds enemies. Then you enter. Yeah, show that you enter the thunderstorm, and then you get the tornadoes. Somatic shell. Fire an initial projectile which applies a kinetic barrier to an enemy struck. This barrier will absorb incoming damage from hits up to a cap. Upon reaching this cap, the barrier will explode, dealing damage in an area and releasing a projectile which will seek another nearby target. That sounds really good. Can you restart? I'm late. I've read like one line. I'm at the very top. I'm also late. Spellslinger vibe? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Kinetic fuel slot, they showed that. Cannot be used with traps or mines. Kinetic rain, they showed that. What did the orbs do in this? Projectile explodes when hitting the ground, dealing damage and targeting kinetic anomaly. I'm totally missing something of this. I feel like I'm not even gonna read these until they show the actual gems. Anyway, I'll read them again later. Wall of Force, bullshit. Don't put it in the game. Just you have a chance to call it back. Kinetic rain of impact. Something, something, something. Windburst, they showed that. Living lightning, they showed that. 3 new wand base types. They really want you to wand. This new The kinetic rain actually should work with whatchamacallit, wisps, which have gotten very little use, but also would be really good with wisps because AoE overlaps exist. And your screen, you would never be able to look at your screen ever again. You'd be blind. Base types of rings. Whatever the fuck they're up to. I skip all of you. I hope they reveal the bloodlines. I don't know if I'm gonna get caught in the fucking endless loop of waiting like a beggar for the next reveal teased on Twitter of what all of this stuff is to actually be able to plan a character. I think I need to turn my brain off for 1 full week and then go, cool, here's the info. I'll make a character. The reveal webpage. Could someone link that? Because they usually also have uniques and whatnot. Endgame this, endgame that, endgame this, league changes. Breach league uniques are no longer upgraded from bleed braglings. Blessings now only upgrade breach stones. What, do they just drop at the upgraded version? Keepers of the league. I like the tree seems fun. As someone who doesn't interact with new crafting mechanics very often, it's kind of like not even a crafting mechanic. I don't know if they showed these. They did. Like the better, all the rare mods on this. Oh, skills used by this graph does blah 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 blah. That's not to your character. Just armor is the only like character thing here. There's probably a graph that doesn't come with a skill. When you use an offering skill, this graph will summon an army of Hiveborn Breach. Okay. But you can't use support gems on this. Because this ain't Path of Exile 2. I think that might be an issue with all of these. That's why this one fucking says it has like 150,000 fire damage. Or whatever, I don't know. Foulborn babyborns. Conflagration. Windburst. Oh yeah, Windburst was a support. Kinetic Rain. Increases rush to spell damage. Fires 13 projectiles. This is what gathers kinetic energy into an anomaly at the target location, which will explode when enemies are near it. This skill is seeming really good, and I was thinking of doing like maybe ritual, which requires you to stand in the circle, so you would already have a bunch of these anomalies appearing in the circle, which is nice. I need chiller music. I see you headbanging, but I'm reading. Boo. Oh, it shows all the things here. 8 life, 1 Val soul per second. Okay. Okie dokie. Oh, let you just read all of them. Yeah, I'm really intrigued by this +3 max number of seals. There is a DPS increase currently with Unleash, where if you have 2 skills that are both, so like let's say you have a 6 link, but you put 2 different skills in it. So you have 2 not 6 linked skills, you know what I mean? 2 5 linked skills. That it is a DPS increase for Unleash if you alternate between them. But if you're getting a +3 as well, and it has the more damage, that shit's intriguing. Especially like with Blade Vortex, because if you actually had a high number of seals, I think the default is 3, so you have 6, 25% more damage. Blade Vortex for free, basically. This was already changed. This was +10 in the trailer. Oh, and the other one, the ring thing. Oh, it wasn't. You can't use belts. It is utility flasks are disabled. No, this one's actually good. Unaffected by poison is strong. Utility flasks are not that important anymore. Not even just 5 life flask build, but you can build around having empty life flask slots anyway with like the one that auto recharges. I forget what it's called in this game. You don't need it. Also, tinctures. You just use tinctures. Be immune to poison. And also have 1 ring slot. And then unaffected by poison lets you use like golden rule and stuff, which is quite strong. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I think if you play Warden, you take that 100% of the time. Because then you could do double tincture Warden. And then there's even, I'd have to look into it, some effects for like if you have empty flask slots and then whatever else. But that seems quite freaking good. And then there's supposed to be 10 of these trees total, they said, and they didn't show too many of them. Downside, no mage blood. I don't think they showed this. The Unseen Who requires level 80. You guys need to stop that. Whichever new PoE 2 interns you put onto items need to stop making required level 80 when you guys acknowledged before that that is not something that you need to do. Hits with prismatic skills always sap. Yeah, I don't understand why you're waiting till level 80 for this. This is a level 20 ring. It's not even that good. It just does triple resists, I guess. Okay. Quality of life. You don't know my life. You don't know me. Buy now. Okay, patch notes. Breach is no longer your friend. Heists, no breach rewards in other places. Trapping gems in heist, they all suck. Opening a blight chest now opens other blight chests. Yeah, they showed that. I'll read all that more in detail later. Gigantic rogue exiles are revived in rituals as regular rogue exiles. Nerfed. Drowning orbs no longer drown the player faster when they have sources of debuffs expire faster. That's a fun quirk. They did be doing that. Minions always hit. From PoE 2. Spell suppress nerfed by 10%. Fuck you. It lasted a long time. skill gem changes. Cyclone now deals 20% more damage to all the... Whoa, 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 whoa. Log in Cyclone. I think they buffed it last season too. Or like with the melee patch, they made Cyclone way better. It still wasn't great, but it was playable. I don't even know what the fuck this skill does. Blade fall 10%. There's a lot of skills I probably don't even really care about that I'm realistically never going to use no matter how good they are, and blade fall is one of them. Or blink arrow, don't care. Bone shatter, 3 to 6 more damage per trauma. Big. What, did bone shatter need buffs? Everyone was weird reacting about melee like he doesn't know, but so far they're buffed. Elemental hit, reduce radius. Weird. Oh no, explosive concoction. No, what did you do? There's too much to read. 65 at low end. Previously 100. Yeah, I think they just crushed the low end of it. Rest in peace, man. But didn't touch poison concoction. Well, maybe they did. Sanguinate buff. At Zeri's Roar. Hexablast. Please, like, fucking fix this skill. Nope. I didn't see, like, a giant paragraph of text. Nope. Poison concoction has 22. I'm looking at the low levels. Yup. The top end is 800. Oh, they fucking destroyed it. 4 to 16. Previously 3 to 11. There's a chance I might level with poison concoction. It's hard to know how that balances out. It's really important that needed to happen. There's some goofy endgame Uber killing one-shot bullshit because of that. Glad to see it gone. Reap now deals 15% more. I did a Reap build a season or two ago that was pure dot. It was pretty good without doing 15% more damage. I liked it. It's pretty high investment though. Val Reap, yeah. I'm assuming Val Reap also gets the more physical. Spectral Helix. Okay. Okay, good Spectral Helix buff. I was thinking about that skill, but they nerfed it way too hard. I don't know if that's enough. Spectral Throw. Spectral Throw buffs. I was also thinking about their Spectral Throw, and okay, alright. Okay. I'm surprised that's the end of the list. What happened with the major balance patch? What's getting fucking destroyed down this list that they didn't want to put here? Ascendancy changes. Val Cyclone more damage, Val Reap more damage, yes. Oh, a Rupture can stack 4 times. That rupture is so hard to get to work. It is such like a path of building mathematics quest that I've been down too many times that I don't want to get baited again. It's just so complicated. That and sadism. Sadism, did they make you actually good? Because it's usually a DPS downgrade to use this. Slightly buffed. Does seem smaller than normal, which is weird given what they said. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not all the way done. Ascendancy changes. 4 strength instead of 3. Well, that fixes it, I guess. That's the big change. +1. Assassin they showed this morning. So I'm familiar with what's going on there. It's a pretty cool change overall. They get notably all damage and poison on their ascendancy and stuff like that. Trickster Heartstopper. Man, why would you go in and like change Heartstopper and not just change Heartstopper? No one likes rotating buffs. Soul Drinker no longer has attack speed. Fuck you. That's not what was broken with Trickster. Fuck you. Dude, they fucking... They annihilated everything on Trickster, but not the thing that's wrong with Trickster. This doesn't make any sense. What the fuck? The fucking problem with Trickster is the one node that's like not touched here, which is that you get energy shield evasion based on your body armor, and then they made body armor stronger, so you could get more on it than you were supposed to for what it was originally balanced for. And then that's when everyone started playing Trickster. None of these are that. This just like these are all like annoying. Like, oh cool, they get 20 attack speed when leeching. Like, yeah, just kind of, you just get that. And no. And it looks like they're cracking down on suppress though, which is concerning. This is good news for... This is a huge buff for this season where all of the graphs are cooldown. I was thinking Saboteur might be the way to go. They get another 10% cooldown recovery. Pick 2 Trickster nodes and 6 Bloodline nodes. Was I confused then? I thought that, I thought you were getting them on top of your Ascendancy. Do they also just cost Ascendancy points? Can you only have one bloodline? What I thought I heard was like, oh, bloodlines are an addition of like Affliction League, and you can put 4 points into any of them. So can you only have one? No, like you could only have... No, I don't know. my brain is already turning off. They cut the buffs from golems in half. They made an effort last season to make golem buffs good. Why do they do this to themselves? Golem buffs have not been good in years. So they made an effort to make golem buffs good. And then they weren't overwhelmingly good. They were just good. And then the next season, they're like, nah, fuck. Let's cut that in half. Let's fuck that again. Just like every time golem buffs get good, the immediate response is they shouldn't have been. They felt really good. They felt really good last season, but I don't think that puts them at top of the meta. Is it worth jumping into PoE 1? PoE 1 is better than PoE 2, and most people who play it will tell you that. So it's pretty worth it, and also it's free. That's pretty interesting that they buffed Necromancer to get to the max easier. There was like one build that would max this out before. Econk buff? It didn't look buffed to me. Unless the top end was buffed. They definitely... It was like super campaign speedrun meta to use explosive concoction. They definitely took the low end damage out of it. Which is all I looked at. Master Distiller now grants bonuses to non-channeling skills. You are consuming 3 charges from the flask. I saw people on the Reddit begging for this thing to get changed. And I thought to myself, they might actually do something because of Reddit. What if I chimed in and like begged them to not ignore the fact that this entire thing is completely unusable because it activates whenever you use a travel skill. And if you just shield charge a few times, you have no flasks. Because I've tried to use this before. I came up with like a legitimately really good use for it, and I was like, oh wait, every time I whirling strike, I lose all of my flask charges. It's not too late, but also I'm not gonna fucking make an effort to say anything. Because this will be useless again. It is, the numbers are irrelevant. Warden. Prevent 3% of spell damage per bark. No longer has mana reservation. It did? It did. That's fucked. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, minions don't have accuracy. Good. I don't know if I want to read every single unique. Oh, they're just changing the wand types. Void spawn minions summoned by the Servant of Decay unique body armor now deal roughly 100% more damage. Hog. I really want to use that body armor in a build. Was at it last season. Wine of the Prophet. Dr. Buff now displays as granting stolen rare modifier, blah 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 blah. The Whispers of Infinity unique amulet got nerfed because it was OP as fuck, and it probably still is. Yeah, it still is, because that doesn't even affect what it was doing. Okay. Just read and call out anything interesting if I see it. Nah. Now instead grants fire at most 1 projectile, skills chain 1 times, and the projectiles fork. That's good for like the transfigured ice shot, which I played once. New spells are okay. Shit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pretend this doesn't exist for a week so that I can see what all the bloodlines are all at once and not have to like have my brain turn back on every single time I see one as they're like trickle revealed. And I don't know. I guess I don't know what I'm gonna do until then. I have a few things that I think sound neat to me, but not fleshed out. No changes to like the passive skill tree either. Just the accuracy from minions. Where was the thing about Gravicious? Less likely to high rarity divination cards with Gravicious. Dead. You are reminded. I want to look at the reworked assassin again real quick. I'm getting the image. I think this league will be really exciting just because Breach is an awesome mechanic and asynchronous trade in PoE1 is really cool. I think that might hook me alone of the new trade systems. But I was really hoping for more, we were promised big balance changes. This is like less than most seasons. The only exception being Bloodlines, which seem to be like a permanent addition. It's just been a while since it's felt like there's been a new thing to build around, or transgems, or even the new skills. I don't know. I don't know why they're all fucking projectile shit again and force wall. If you look at how many transfigured gems there are for melee or just strength skill gems compared to like spells. Fuck, I'm trying to find the how is the assassin from this morning already like pushed all the way down the Reddit page? I can't find it. Found it. And because Assassin's like basically the only new ascendancy, I just wanted to play new stuff. That's all I was saying is like whatever is new, I'm gonna play what's new. There's just there's like nothing new. Other than I guess the bloodlines and the graphs. But because graphs are new, then I might do Saboteur if you get the cooldown reduction. But also, I don't want to play mines. Yeah, I need to wait until I see the bloodlines. I think if it was Assassin, I have a couple like weird ideas. I think the one that stands out now is the new kinetic wand attacks with all damage can poison on them. But I think if I was doing that, like I'd rather just play like Viper Strike Pathfinder again. Backlog con. I was really hoping for just every ascendancy gets +1 ascendancy choice, and you like take the best of Phrygia and rebalance it a little bit, and put it all into like one new one. Is kinda in a weird way. Like the bloodlines are an interesting way to do that. Probably a more interesting way, but it's hard to judge it because we haven't actually seen them. We've seen 3 of 10. I I think it's tricky too, because like the new ascendancy, like Assassin is like a full package. I don't know what you would give up to want to even have a bloodline from this one. Everything is so good on here. Or not so good, but like just works together in the clear vision of what you're doing. I was really excited for Shadowed Blood because of the unaffected by poison, which hasn't existed before, and they just put that shit on King in the Mists that anyone could have, with also the +1 ring. I mean, honestly, that's what was making me think like, oh shit, maybe I do a poison assassin. I could just do Viper Strike Pathfinder. I was thinking of doing it again. I really enjoyed doing it. And then have the same thing I wanted, unaffected by poison, do golden rule stuff. And then have an extra ring, which an extra ring on poison builds is good because that's, you don't really get, that's a good place to get flat damage if you use steel rings, and flat damage is big for poison. Oh. But yeah, I think bloodlines are going to define what I do, but that's really awkward because you have to actually kill endgame bosses to do it. So it's almost like a build 2 thing. So it doesn't say, they didn't talk about if you, maybe in the patch notes they talk about it, if other characters unlock bloodlines. These are secondary ascendancy classes that are unlocked on a by character basis. Bloodline classes can be paired with any ascendancy class and allocated with your normal ascendancy. Passive skill points. You can decide how many points to allocate to your original ascendancy and how many to allocate to your bloodline. Some of these just might take a while. Like how many waves of delirium do you have to beat to be able to get the delirium bloodline? And then it's double awkward if you want one of their things from the league start. Certain characters are good at delirium and certain aren't. If we're talking simulacrums. Dude, you know what's gonna happen? The richest people, the rich keep winning. The Forbidden Trove, TFT, selling boss kills is going to be, it's already one of the most profitable things you can do in the whole game, is going to just fucking jump. Yeah, it's kind of sad. Let me think, like, what bloodlines would they even have? Who was the chaos one was... I'm curious what delirium guy would give. And also how you unlock it, because there could be multiple different ways. I'm surprised there's an Oshabi. I'm surprised, like, they, like, made this and then remembered Oshabi exists. That's kind of crazy. That's a wild amount of memory. Yeah, how did they remember that? I hope there is, it would have been this one maybe, that Bog Witch was really popular from Frisia. But I feel like if there was going to be a Bog Witch, it would be this guy. You can only have one bloodline? I think so. I think you can only choose one bloodline and then it still uses your default ascendancy points. Insanity support would be cool. There is the insanity boots, that, like, the rotating buff of insanity. I hope that's not on there because it... Ugh. I wonder if there's like a new unique Forbidden Flesh for these. Or if these show up in Forbidden Flesh and Flame. Boo ba 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 boo ba ba ba. I'm surprised they didn't show any like actual and like I don't know, not actual, but like core endgame bosses like Elder, like the OGs, Exarch, Eater. These are all pretty off-brand bosses. Yeah, when they show Ull, like Ull, they remembered Ull exists. Also, god damn it, dude. Imagine, I'm sorry, it's on a by-character basis if you want to do a character. You know how annoying it is to find a singular one Ull. If that's your build and you're like, okay, I have to delve, I have to find Ull. I've been in delve for 100 hours. That could be really annoying. I would buy the Ull boss kill for sure. Dude, actually real, if you do delve and you're willing to sell boss kills on TFT, Ull is going to be worth so much because it is so fucking obnoxious to do. Collection, yeah, I don't know if it's like a technology thing for them, but they did the same thing with Pantheons a while back where they're like, you know what, fine, Pantheons for everybody. So it's weird they're not following that same trend. Well, I don't know if I have anything else to say. I guess I've seen everything, which wasn't too much. And I don't know what I'm going to do until I see more bloodlines. Or graphs. There's a chance I would want to try and build around a graft and then do Saboteur for less cooldowns. Or maybe one of them doesn't have cooldowns. And then not that. It doesn't work. Were they like hard-coded cooldowns? Or am I reading from something else? Where the fuck are the graphs here? The graphs don't interact with your tree. Well, where does it say that? Someone said in the interview, someone said graphs wouldn't scale, so you don't have to pick between spell and melee. That's an interesting take. But then they have to be balanced for like endgame uber super duper juice characters for them to ever want to use these. And if they're balanced that way, then they're going to be too strong, so they're not going to be balanced that way. This is a level 31, so they will scale in that regard of like when you find them, but yeah, like this one that summons minions, I can't imagine if you're a minion build, it's not going to gain bonuses from your minion stuff. It doesn't even matter. I guess they apply brittle on hit, that's something. But you have to use an offering skill for this to even do it. They're quirked up. See, okay, because they're so quirked up, I am, you know, you have to see them all as well. Because they seem pretty important. There's probably a unique that makes them better. I'd have to say right now with no information, hold up, let me make sure this doesn't do something weird. with no new information. I actually have no idea what I want to play. I was thinking just like doing Viper Strike again. Maybe Frostblade Warden. It feels like just pick the same old shit that's been good. Spell suppression nerfed. Oh, that's the only thing there's a couple like things with spell suppression chance. Oh, that's a big thing. Blindly play new skills? I mean, I would. I usually do. I just don't find any of the new skills very interesting. Because they're all like wand projectiles or spells. And then skills that were buffed, really not anything here. Just even in terms of skills that I'm interested in, there's really just nothing here. Other than maybe Spectral Throw, which is always pretty high investment to start with. Volatile Dead, Orb Explosions now deal 25% more damage. Some of these, like, oh shit, a Volatile Dead, log in, but then you'd have to forget that they made Volatile Dead have an orb limit of like 20, which is why they had to buff it, and it's still worse than it was by a lot. Yeah, Cyclone 20% damage, but Cyclone is not 20% away from being a good skill. Did they do something to Bone Shatter? Because I don't understand why Bone Shatter got buffed. I've actually never done Bone Shatter as a melee enjoyer. I mean, in the past, like, did Bone Shatter get like nerfed last season and they're correcting for it? Let me look. Yeah, it doesn't look like it got as big of a buff as other melee skills. It was on the low end, it got 30% effective damage, which a lot of skills got like double. Yeah, it got a 1.3 increase. For most things got like a ×2. What do we? Let me. Oh, fucking, I already Spell Slinger. What balance changes did they do to you? Because I remember Spell Slinger got like crazy buffed. Base reservation of 20%, previously 25. And supported skills have spell damage equal to 20% of equipped wand. Before that. Assassin got Fizz Recruit. Bone Shatter sounds kind of fun. Yeah, but like... Yeah, but like everything else. Because doesn't armor reduce the trauma damage and you're not getting armor on that side of the tree? Blech. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, so far the most interesting thing to build around is that assassin actually got all damage can poison. Or they got Sandstorm Visage. Because Scourge Arrow, all damage can poison with a Tri-Ele bow could be cool. But I don't know, I think for the builds that I like Viper Strike Poison, and the more normal stuff, Pathfinder is still better and you don't need all damage from hits can poison because you just use like good fizz weapons anyway and it's fine. Or Pneumatic Dagger exists anyway and you can just get that on daggers. You don't need to be Assassin. So if you want it to be Assassin and use that, then I am considering like the new wand skills do seem like a Poison Kinetic Rain could be pretty neat. Especially maybe if you did Spell Slinger with Mystical Infusion. But I don't know how you do like, I've never done like a Spell Slinger. I don't know how you like hybrid attack projectile works there. Kinetic Rain gets damage from spell damage, but yeah. Sources for chance to poison suck. Yeah, they actually got worse for Assassin too, because they used to have 40% chance to poison on one of their poison skills that they lost. And then actually getting 100% spell poison is kind of annoying. I'm feeling as excited as I expected to be. I think that I agree that there's a little bit of a wet towel on how I was feeling, but I also think that it's all tied up in Bloodlines and these more abstract things rather than just balance changes. So it's hard to like feel excited for a new character when I know like even if a Bloodline's really cool, you're not gonna like get it until you can complete Oshabi or whatever. Which it shouldn't take that long. I mean, especially if you directly go for it and you Giga speedrun, that's like a day 1, day 2, potentially. Unless the boss is an annoying one. Like, Ool. Kinda cool that gives you something else to go for. Bloodlines also weren't cool yet. Yeah. I think they showed pretty shitty ones. The other ones have to be a little bit more generic. Nobody really liked in Frisia the Val skill stuff. If this was gonna be cool, there would also have had to have been Val skill changes. But like this is kind of just annoying. And especially if you're using ascendancy points on it. It's not great. Val skills are so annoying to use. I think this Priest of Kopek one is pretty cool. Makes it annoying on bosses. One of these, less souls per use. It's just like it feels so bad to give up an actual real ascendancy point for any of these. Because they don't actually fully do anything for you. Other than maybe Priest of Kopek. Like, the boys double strike sounded cool. Whatever it is, but... And then Oshabi, I really think that this max number of seals things is very strong, and that's very build defining. Rage 1 is obnoxious. I don't know why they have to make it obnoxious. And this elusive one is quite strong, but not very build defining. And then this goofy goober. No one ever really used these life cost things. As many times as they've like experimented with it and put it in, I've not really seen. Now you have like Raspith's Globe. I just don't like those builds. Do the miners do anything cool? They're pretty big. Like max life. Those ones are all weird. These ones were. Oh, this one has a seal gain frequency. That's very helpful for how many seals you'd have. 2 rage on hit, increased elusive effect. They're quite strong smalls. 1 soul per second. I'm really... I wouldn't league start Unleash though, because you have to do like influence crafting on your helmet to get Unleash seals and stuff. It's a lot of weird crafts and stuff you won't have till later, and it's awkward to level. I don't know if I would actually do it. I'm kind of sensing with how much stuff there is to play that as excited as I am going to be about this league, this might be a 1 character league for me. Unless I get like really interested in experimenting, but the hard part about experimenting with the new stuff is you're going to have to like, oh, I want to try Ool. Like I think I might lose hype for that when I have to go kill Ool on a new character and know that I can't try it until I'm like level 80, 90. I think more and more each season I've been doing the 1 build. As all the gamers laugh at me for having goober league starts and Ster always makes 100 characters meme. But like the last 3 seasons, I really just have like pretty much only played my league start. Or I very quickly shifted off the league start into the only character I really played. And also Arc Raiders will be out too, so that's something that maybe I might do more of while this is out. Don't know. It's kind of fucked up. None of the Uber items they showed either even inspired like I want to build around that. They're all goofy as hell and don't have that high of stats. I tried to make a Witch Hunter. Pins and Tears. Witch Hunter pretty good. I mean, especially if you're doing grenades the last season. I'm just watching the skills. It's really funny how the Tornado one really is like a PoE 2 hand-me-down. And we got Ember Fuel Salad. It's so funny to me. It really is the PoE 2 Cyclone with Spear, but just with like 3 less steps. It's so goofy. Holy shield size. What the fuck, dude? Her whole body is a shield. Simplex amulets are dead. could be magic rarity with modifiers. I don't know what they mean by that. What do you mean it's a bug that amulets could be magic? Could get magic bases? What am I missing with like how is yeah, so what? Yeah, I'm thinking like, is that a weird like imprint thing? Okay. Okay. I never did play Retaliation Man either. Retaliation Man seemed kind of cool. What's the... Where's Divine Retribution? Where? 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 I think there's some really cool stuff you can do with the itemized corpses. I always think minion builds are very cool, but I do not have fun playing them. So I think there's really cool new build Spectre opportunities, but like I would put the whole build together and then do a map and go, wow, I hated that. I really want to use my buttons. The new shield would be cool. I think the retaliation shield doesn't make any sense. Fix the client freeze that would occur on PlayStation. Oh no. Let me reread that one weirdo skill. The one where you like the like replicating orb thingy. Where the fuck? I'm so blind. I need to go. Fire an initial projectile which applies a barrier to an enemy. This barrier will absorb incoming damage from hits up to a cap. When it reaches the cap. Oh, it's a little awkward that this has a cap. You need to reach the cap is probably going to be higher than most monsters' health. Or if it's less, then the fact that it's less also makes it useless. Like it's one or the other. If it is so low damage it can't kill a white monster, then it's just an extra step. Or if it's more damage than a white monster's health, then it doesn't trigger. Yeah. Honest to goodness, I could do fucking Transfigured Ice Shot again with the new rune graft. And then you wouldn't have to wear Fury Valve. You know who's a good candidate? I think for the Bloodlines. Let me consider that real quick. I think Warden is one of those ascendancies where I take 2 points and then I'm always like, I need to get the fuck out of here. Like this, I'm done. It's like you come here for tinctures and then it's 2 points and then you're done. Or you come here for like the weird elemental stuff and you usually only take like 2 of them. And then I don't even care about Avatar of the Wilds. But I could see myself playing Warden, just getting double tinctures. And then the rest into Bloodlines. Like you can do the tinctures and it's like a very specific time where that comes up. Yeah, Unbound Avatar is crazy. I was cooking way weirder shit. I think when you cook weirder shit, or you just try and do tincture stuff, that's fine. Guess they replaced Raiders? Yeah, it was a while ago. That you're like a year and a half behind on that. I'd say Pathfinder is actually another where I always feel like I have 1 to 2 nodes where I don't know what to do with them. Like if you just get the chaos ones, poison, and then I don't necessarily ever want the flask stuff. It's good, but I don't really like, sometimes I just don't give a shit. I was interested in playing maybe, like I said, Viper Strike or Scourge Arrow. You totally just take the poison stuff and then find a bloodline that works with it. Isn't there a Scourge Arrow that also lets you only shoot like 1 arrow? The Scourge Arrow of like Malice that shoots it into the air, or am I crazy? Yeah, it's projectiles turn into pods. Wait a minute, he's logging in to his brain. Where is my... Did I close? Did I close all the shit? Scourge Arrow of Menace. Fire an arrow that leaves a spore pod in its wake. The spore pod does this and that for a short time before dissipating. Modifiers that cause additional projectiles to be fired will only apply to the initial arrows, each of which leaves its own... Oh, no, this one is phrased way differently. Wasn't there another one? I swear there was a different one. But I'm probably wrong, because that pretty much is what I thought it was. I think it was because I always used this with Arrow Rain, the whatever the Arrow Nova support. You shoot it into the air and it lands and it puts all the pods in one spot is what makes it good. Which kind of felt like one proj to me, but it isn't. Then Ice Shot was fun. I've always liked Ice Shot. And Ice Shot is, can only have 1 projectile. Oh, it wouldn't work either because this one pierces 3 and then the chain and the fork wouldn't even fucking matter. And then you would just do Split Shot again. Or, Fury Valve. Trathis gems come from Heist, this league. You can still get them, but they're all from Heist. They also had some balance changes. I didn't really read them. Is there anything else in the game that is 1 projectile? Also, did that rune graph say... It didn't say attack projectiles. Thinking if there's a spell. I like less of things. I'm a less of things enjoyer. I have a feeling I'm gonna end up playing Pathfinder. Poor Trickster. My poor boy. Elementalist might be another one where it always feels like I could do with or without an extra point, and that extra point always goes into Bastion of Elements, and then you feel bad that your character has a gigantic circle around it permanently, even though it's actually good. And they buffed Corpse Pact. There's the one goofy build where you just like summon corpses into, I forget how it works exactly, into cremation. Oh, that cremation might not even exist anymore. That was a quality gem. I don't know if there's a transfigured that does it. I think so. And then you wouldn't have to take all the other random minion shit if you did a bloodline. Just Corpse Pact it up. And then bloodline with 2 points. Could be neat. I have Winter would work with a new Runecraft. It would, but I have Winter shotguns, and you would want to have more projectiles more than you would want them to have chain. Spellslinger, Volatile, Dead, Necro. I think there might be an angle there for any of the things like that. Volatile Dead is kind of shit now, though. There's like no reason to Spellslinger it because you use a max on Volatile Deads. And I think the max is in the worst way possible, where they replace old ones so they never explode. It's pitiful. Sad. Please rework Instruments of Zeal. Oop. Oh, whoops. Beep beep. Oop. Beep, beep. Chieftain's another guy that could really use a fucking bloodline. Some of these classes are like, you would make the joke normally that like, oh, Chieftain rework, that's just things that Juggernaut are going to steal with Forbidden Flames. Now it's like, okay, this shithole fucking Ascendancy, more like bloodline bait. I could see myself hopping into Chieftain, just getting the Fist of War node and then doing bloodlines. Not like that this stuff is good, but it's so specific. Or even new Berserker. It's so awkward. Oh, I looked at Gladiator and I instantly got sad. I forgot what they did to you. Okay, because Gladiator sucks. One point ascendancy. Enemies you kill explode. That's a great point. You don't even need the bleeding is aggravated. You don't even care. Because you're gonna go into a bloodline. Weapon Master can be good. You don't have to be a retaliation guy. You don't have to be shield guy. You don't have to take this node because this node is fucking awful. You would just be explode and weapon master, probably. And then if there's a good enough bloodline for melee, which I doubt because it's melee, and the one melee node we've seen had a downside. Dude, that makes Gladiator so good that you don't have to take the nodes on it. What a buff. I might actually really consider that. Because I haven't done retaliation yet. Like, I could just pop in here and get retaliation skills. and then do anything else. Like similarly, if I just do explode and retaliate and do the like lacerate one, there's a good bloodline that synergizes with that. That's all you really need. You want lucky block? You could do the this one. Usable every 6th hit from enemies, and that one kind of sucks too. I guess yeah, if you were like pure retaliate, I think it would be really just fucking funny if you got gratuitous violence and then nothing else from Gladiator. The Weapon Master is fun with the what's the name, swords that count as everything as well. And then you're done. And then you're out. Yeah, it's a new Uber unique, and I think that item's terrible. It has really bad stats, and using your skill every 4 seconds is not very good. And then also you can only have a one-hander, which is not ideal. You know, I think, okay, hold on. We actually have this info. So you go Warden. You take Tincture Effects. You take double Tincture. Or you take Tincture to range weapon, whatever. Either way, 2 points to get double Tincture. Tinctures are giga strong. And then you do... I closed everything. And people put the link earlier for that page where I could look at the King in the Mists. You would remove your ability to use utility flasks. I scrolled up, I found it. Oh no, I didn't. It's here. Utility flasks are disabled, unaffected by poison, but you don't care. You have 1 health flask. You have 2 tinctures. And then maybe some other tech there with the empty flask. I don't remember. Not too big of a deal. And then you get +1 ring slot. Would be your 3rd ascendancy point. Which honestly, it really is the unaffected by Disable Mage Blood. It sounds like Mage Blood wouldn't work with it. Because utility flasks are disabled, therefore not enabled. The negative stuff always has precedent over anything like that. I don't know, I just like the idea of a double tincture +1 ring. I don't know what it would be. Maybe the third point could even like, get all the tincture shit into a ranged weapon. Oath of Winter isn't even very good. It has like one niche use, so probably not. I mean, I guess if you were going, the point is to go Heat Shiver. I would still keep that in mind for other bloodlines as they come up, to just do double tincture other bloodline. Or like I was saying, Pathfinder, both poison nodes and then something else. Actually, Pathfinder with the King in the Mist one is pretty decent, even for the flat added chaos damage based on your life. Because you could do something like Viper Strike of the Mamba, which means you only have to attack one time. You could have that cost as much mana as you want, like it doesn't matter. I still, like, I don't know how you would increase the mana cost to a point where you're actually getting a relevant amount of flat chaos though. I think at the very least, no matter what I do, I'm kind of leaning Pathfinder Warden or New Assassin, and then like don't even care about the rest of the ascendancies. I'm just not feeling anyone else. Maybe Elementalist, because they made Elementalist quite good. Oh well, I'm gonna go. That's kind of my take so far. Need more information. Might be one of those 3 ascendancies. Might lean in one of those directions. But I think that's about all I got. Yippee!